be. This is a general reading for Capricorn from November 26th on the new moon to the full moon on December 11th. And I'm just going to take a minute to tap in while I shuffle the cards. And if you would like to join me, then I'm sure it would make it more attuned to you. So, please do. Nice. Okay. I don't read reversals, so I'm just flipping the cards around. Hopefully you can see them. Yeah, so you, in this situation in the next 2 weeks, are the sun. And that's amazing. That's, you're all about your happiness and being nourished and life-giving essence, receiving that or being that for others, of course. And the crossing energy, you have the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles is about kind of waiting to see if the things you've been planting and nurturing and growing are going to kind of produce fruit, and if you should, or enough fruit, and if you should continue to invest or continue to nurture. So you're kind of waiting around to see what's up with that. Sorry. And music. Helps me get in the mood. Yeah, so that's the energy around you. That's sort of the Tao of the moment, is this Seven of Pentacles, is kind of waiting to see if you should double down or, do something else, I think. And at the root is the Five of Wands. So there's been some arguments, there's been some contention and tension between parties, maybe some competition. And that's kind of what this is all about. whatever this competition is about, whatever this contention is about. And this is a general reading, so we don't know if it's, in relationship or if this is work related or family related. It could be any of these things that, people are just experiencing this energy in their life, and it might manifest in people's stories differently. In the past, you have the Two of Pentacles. So trying to stay balanced, trying to balance work and home, trying to balance different aspects of your life, and just keeping it all moving. In your crowning thoughts is the Devil. So you're obsessing, basically, is what it means. You're kind of obsessing over something, that you feel bound to, connected to, trapped within. Could be something toxic, a toxic relationship with this, a toxic connection with this Five of Wands, or a toxic situation that you're in. But in the near future, you have the Seven of Cups. You have options, you have choices, you have different things being offered to you around you right now. So, there's stuff you can do. Your hopes, Ace of Cups, emotional fulfillment, emotional gratification. Sometimes it's called the Holy Grail. It could be a new beginning in love, a new love. Or a new beginning in love with the same love. Or just being emotionally fulfilled within yourself. But since you don't necessarily argue with yourself, and your fear is this Tower moment, I'm going to guess this involves at least one other person or a situation. The way that people see you in this situation, or the way this person, if it's a person, is the Chariot. Maybe you're a Cancer, or have Cancer placements, or they are, I don't know. But it means a lot of fast-moving energy, a lot of intensity, moving forward quickly, with a lot of power. But you need to balance it. It needs to be reined into a direction. It needs to take into account the head and the heart. And you need to stay focused. At least this is how that person is seeing you. As a lot of potential, and a lot of power, and a lot of movement, quick movement. And your fear is the Tower. So you fear things falling apart in this situation, either because it was built on a house of cards to begin with, or that's what you're afraid of, that it just wasn't based on something stable and secure, and so it has to come down, and those are your fears. That there'll be an ending of sorts, a breakdown. Sometimes a Tower moment doesn't have to be bad, it can be positive, but since it's in your fears, I'm guessing that's not what you're talking about, but it's a something sudden that happens that creates change or causes things to fall apart. The outcome is strength card. The Strength card is about using diplomacy over heavy-handed methods. It's about taking more, feminine tact with things, using a gentle touch. That whole idea that you get more with honey than vinegar, that whole concept of like kind of, Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People, taking that approach as opposed to, this approach of arguments and contention. But it can also mean holding back a little bit, especially if you're obsessing. Maybe it wouldn't be bad to hold some of that back, depending on the reason. Over here on the reader's fan, these cards don't have a meaning in their placement, but they're still meaningful. It's just about the reading in general. The Emperor. Being in control, being the one in power. Success. The Knight of Cups. Passionate, romantic knight comes in on his horse. He's quite a thing to behold, flourishing his cup of love. That could be you or another person, or just the energy of emotional fulfillment, of coming in with this energy, bringing that to the situation. Either you or someone else. And the High Priestess. The High Priestess is tapped into the universe through her intuition, her ecstatic trance, her unspoken bonds. All the secrets of the universe are available to her. She knows them, but she doesn't speak them. So maybe this is you, or this is how you feel about the situation, that there are secrets. But I generally feel like it means that you need to tap into your intuition. The Three of Wands. Waiting for your ships to come in. You've already chosen a path, and you've built yourself up to the level of the 3 and established yourself as a 3, and you're waiting for that investment to bring returns that bring you to the next level of the 4 into stability. But right now you're waiting for those investments to come in. So yeah, whatever the situation is, it's on your mind a lot. You're thinking about it constantly. You're worried it might be toxic. There might be addiction involved. Or maybe you're just addicted to someone. Maybe the sex is really good. If this is a relationship, then yeah. I mean, it involves your happiness, your ultimate happiness, your emotional fulfillment, whatever it is. But it could be just your purpose in life, or it could be a relationship. Let's clarify the outcome, the Strength card. Let's clarify the Strength card for Capricorn. And you have the Moon. So you're holding back because there's a lot of unknowns here. You just don't know. There's secrets, there's hidden things that need to come to light. You have to use your intuition here because there's no conscious knowing yet. clarify the moon. The High Priestess again. And it makes really good sense. Yeah, you have to use your intuition here because there's all these unknowns, there's these mysteries. But whoever this is, or whoever these people or this situation is, they see you as being very powerful, if not well directed, as having a lot of potential. So there's potential here. Let's clarify the Seven of Cups in the near future. The Ace of Cups again, which is what you're hoping for here. In the near future, you're looking for emotional fulfillment in these options. A new love or a return of an old love to begin again. Although I'm not seeing any other cards to imply that it's an old love. Except that you're afraid of the tower. You're afraid that things are going to fall apart. So it's somebody you know. There is something somewhat established here, which is also echoed in the Three of Wands. Let's clarify this Five of Wands. Let's get one more card on the Seven of Cups first. Or the Ace of Cups, rather. Let's clarify the Ace of Cups. The Two of Swords. So once again, you're feeling blocked. You don't know, you're not getting any clarity with your thought process here. So once again, you need to move into your intuition and into what feels right. Yeah, because you've moved into a mode of holding back a little bit here, holding back your passion. You're a little bit obsessed, but you're holding it back. This is your happiness. We're talking about your emotional gratification, because you're afraid that you're going to create a tower moment. You don't know what to do, how to move forward. You have options. You have a lot of options. You just don't know which one is going to create emotional fulfillment for you. And the Five of Wands. Let's clarify the Five of Wands. Why is that here at the root? I'm sorry, it's this Kilns deck. I think it's the Hermit. Yeah. Just by the number. The 9. Yeah, the Hermit. yeah, you're feeling with this Five of Wands, this kind of like disagreement energy, this kind of tense energy here, stalemate. Everybody's standing around like, who's gonna make a move? What's gonna happen? Competitive energy. You need to go within. Soul search. Which is also reflected in the High Priestess and the Moon. Clarify the Hermit. Not taking all those. Justice and the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups, there's this feeling of abandonment, of disappointment, having to walk away from something you've invested a lot in. But it's in reference to things being fair and equal. Perhaps if this is a relationship, I would say that this feeling of contention is because you need to soul search, you need to go within, find balance. Within regard to this disappointment, there is a little bit of a disappointment here more than anything. Which leaves you not knowing how to proceed because there's so much mystery. Well, let's find out. Let's find out. Also, somebody needs to be in control. There's someone here. Someone more interested in their social power and position and manifesting in control. But there is a Knight of Cups. There is a Knight of Cups here. Bringing love, connection, communications about that. Offers, an offer of love. What should Capricorn do here? What should a little Capricorn do in this situation, universe? Yeah, your advice is the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles basically means to put in the work. He's diligently working away, perfecting his craft, and yeah, working on it. So if you want this, whatever this is about, you need to put on the work and work on it. you also have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands can be you or another person or an energy, and it's a very passionate energy. She's a fiery, passionate queen. She's very attractive and magnetic, and she's very active and has always a million projects and creative endeavors. So if this is a person in your life, then you might want to move towards them. Or if it is you, then you need to be in this energy of working on your projects, of being in your power, in your sensuality, in your being in your passion. And the Chariot. Chariot. Again, which is how this person sees you anyways. All this potential, all this power, all this fast moving energy. Could also be traveling. Could also be traveling. But yeah, the Chariot. Make sure with all this power and potential that you stay focused, that you balance your head and heart, that you balance the forces at play, and you don't let it get out of control. Follow your passion. Yeah, that's your advice from the universe, the Eight of Pentacles. Work on it. Work on your pentacles. If it's not this particular situation that's asking you to work on, it could just be asking you to work on your pentacles, on your establishing your craft, working on your craft. Which I feel like is always good advice. But yeah, and then to follow your passions, and with all this force, with all this, with the Chariot, with all this energy, all this, with the quickness. Let's clarify the Eight of Pentacles. I'm gonna take them. There's only 3. 4 of Pentacles, holding back. Holding on. The 6 of Pentacles, which means an equal give and take, fairness, which you kind of, where did you get this, the Judge, with the Justice card, right? Your Justice somewhere. Maybe you didn't. Sorry. Oh no, you did down here. And clarifying the root, which was the 5 of Wands. This was confusing down here. But you're concerned about creating tension. You're going within to find the answers. You want justice, an equal give and take. And disappointment. Anyway, and the 9 of Cups, which is emotional fulfillment. So yeah, it seems more like this is about working on this situation, because working on your abundance being in a position to give and to celebrate. But it still could be either. It still could be working on this, situation in life, or on a relationship. So it really just depends on what you've got going on. Personally, take it as it resonates, I guess. Follow your passion. Use your intuition. But then go for it. Alright, Capricorn, that's all I have for you. Thank you for joining me, and if you found any of these messages helpful, please like and subscribe, and you'll get alerted to future content and help my channel grow. Thank you.